I forgot this Callaway driver even existed, and it's quite rare. That's what happens when a blooper goes right. I even went to go and catch it mid-flight. I went, hang on a minute, that's got a chance of going in. Today's video, we're going to talk about a final deal we found on Facebook. This ultra rare Callaway club that I even forgot existed. I don't even think I remember it coming out. An absolute treasure hidden beneath all of these golf clubs. I didn't even realize till we got home. Fourthly, is this a club that you should have in your bag? And lastly, are there cheaper alternatives? Which is what this whole channel is all about. It has been an extremely long time, and no exaggeration, I haven't found a deal on Facebook in over a month and a half, and this is the first one. And what a deal we have found. The surprises that kept coming out of this bag kept on amazing me, and not only that, a club that I completely forgot that even existed. I don't actually think I even knew it came out back in 2015, and my first shot off the tee here pretty much showed what it's designed to do. So let me show you this club, but let me show you a few of the other surprises, and hopefully I get warmed up throughout this round, as that first shot was extremely sore as we're back in the gym once again. Hopefully this time I'll stick with it. Now I'm gonna set up the golf bag exactly how it was posted on Facebook. At first glance, I didn't even think it was anything that special. If anything, I wanted to know what particular Nike irons there were, and I went through a few eBay listings, and I finally found out they were the Nike CCI irons, 3 to pitching wedge, and I thought, well, pretty much that's your money back right there. There was some rusted wedges at the bottom. I saw a nice little tailor-made Rosser putter, rescue mid, and then obviously the Callaway fairway wood, which I presumed it was. It almost looked like something out of a package setup. I never really recognized the detailing on it, and I definitely didn't notice the inscribing on the top of it, but lo and behold, I find out this is an extremely rare Callaway golf club. So here is the whole golf bag in all its glory, and again, this is one of the rarest Callaway clubs I've probably come across. I think I knew about this. I think I might have touched upon this when I was doing a mini driver series with the TaylorMade. They're more well known for mini drivers themselves. I've obviously dotted it up there, so we're going to get the numbers with the GC3 after I've warmed up, and we can actually start swinging a bit more freely. But there's a few more surprises in this golf bag. When I got home, this being one just sitting there, and to be fair, the KBS tool shaft in it, the C-tape at X-Diff, incredibly difficult to get hold of in terms of stock supply at the moment. So that club in itself, just with the shaft, is probably worth 30-40 pounds. Obviously a very nice little Vapor Pro 4 iron that was just chucked in the bag, and that's not even the best Vapor club that I figured out once I got home. And no word of a lie, I took an hour there, hour back. I didn't get home till about 9:30 last night. Look what's in the back of it. Vapor Speed 3 iron. I see the Vapor Pro Fly 3 iron driving iron, the blacked out one that goes for stupid money, like 200, 300, 400 pounds. This was just sitting in the bag as well. So a golf bag, and again, we haven't even touched upon the prices that this thing has been going for as well. But in terms of a bag that, from first glance, and the reason I kind of make these videos so you guys are aware, for a £100 bag was all right. I mean, the irons, again, for £100. The SQ woods, I mean, not the best, but again, 20, 30 pounds. Rescue mid, again, not the best. Busted wedges at the bottom, but they've cleaned up relatively well. For £100 seemed okay. You add in that Vapor iron, this 3 iron, and then the rarest Callaway driver potentially on the market at the moment. Not many listed at all. The big question is it actually worthwhile? Because they haven't bothered making another one since 2015. The Callaway Mini Driver 1.5 came out. It's 2 inches shorter than any of the other Callaway standard drivers, which are typically 46 inches, and it's 235cc. Purpose and design of this club is to give you more shot shaping abilities and to be more of an anti-left club, as you significantly have to tee the ball a lot lower to use this club. It comes standard with a Curacade shaft. This one has a stiff flex in it, and to be honest, if you're a regular flex kind of person and don't necessarily hit the ball that far, I highly recommend not even thinking about this route. Ideally, this is for someone that loves a fairway wood but would want a tiny bit more distance off the tee, but for some reason just has a mental block when it comes to driver. Realistically, every golfer should be using driver when it comes to raw distance, and if you can't get on with driver, then lesson is the route, and therefore makes me a big hypocrite saying just go and get a driver, or go and get a driver lesson just to find the fairway, when 90% of the time I'm using something a bit more like this to get off the tee, because I can hit it 240 yards, 200. Actually, you know what, let's go and tee it up on the next hole. Let's get some numbers, as we can get numbers nowadays. Let's see exactly how far I carry one of these things. Not the best strike in the world, but just under 230 yards carry, meaning that's probably going to bound out on a dry day. No wind, 240, 250, something like that, which gives me plenty to attack majority of golf courses. So I can see the purpose of a mini driver, because if your confidence outweighs any yardage gain, potentially a driver, 9 degree, 10 degree, 12 degree driver can, but the misses with the driver are that much more substantial, then it's kind of a no-brainer. That being said, these things are incredibly difficult to get a hold of, and even the tailor-made ones are relatively scarce. So with all that bearing in mind, is it worth spending time, energy, money finding one of these mini drivers, or are you better off using that time and money to sort out your driver that potentially is going to give you a bit more distance anyway? Before we get into the price element of this club, because it is not cheap by any stretch of the imagination considering its age, I've got to grips with it. I've hit it a few times. We've loosened up as much as probably can after a leg session in the gym yesterday, and it's not anti-left. Yes, it's harder to hit left, but to be honest, here's a tip for a lot of you guys that are struggling with a snap hook at the moment. Tee your driver lower, like really low, like half an inch off the ground low, and you'll end up hitting a bit more heely, a bit more thin, it'll come out low and probably neutralize your swing path and club face, and that is essentially what this golf club is doing for you. It's slightly shorter in length, so you're going to be a bit more upright at address, and because the face is that much more shallow, you're going to tee it lower so you don't sky the thing. And to be honest, this isn't a bad golf club, I actually really like it, but when you add the price element of what they're going for, the scarcity, and the fact that it's kind of reinventing the wheel when there's just little tricks you can do with the equipment you already have, I kind of see it as a rare golf club that no one really needs. So with my last shot just coming shy of 260 yards carry, here's why you shouldn't buy this golf club. And to be honest, it's in my best interest that I advertise this thing, as my club is one of 5 listed on eBay in the UK. But please, please, please do not go and buy this particular mini driver if you're watching this video, and here's why. There's a lot cheaper alternatives out in the market that does just as well as this. I've tested many a mini driver in the past, and yes, this one is adjustable, and yes, the aesthetics of this one potentially could be deemed a bit more cleaner and classic, and even in that case I kind of see them as a bit lazy. As I stated at the start of this video, I felt like it looked like it came out of a package set, but as you can see with the prices and demand and scarcity, this thing goes anywhere between £100 to £180 in really good condition. This thing for me is a placebo effect, a tool, a technique that potentially could get you to hitting your big stick, aka the driver, better in the future. And therefore, when I look at these clubs at a bit more of a stopgap in the interim of you getting your handicap down, I don't really want you guys spending more than 3 figures on these things. TaylorMade SLDR mini drivers or aero burner mini drivers, the demand and supply is very much balanced. £70, £80, £60. Yes, it's not adjustable, but you want a 12 degree 44-inch mini driver, so why do you need to keep adjusting it? Go and buy those instead. They do exactly what this one does, and they're probably going to be half the price. Needless to say, it was fun finding this one in the wild for a £100 job lot, and the surprises just kept coming through with all the extra clubs that were in the bag. If you like this video, you might like this one up here on the left hand side. Catch you guys later.